Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TinyBlueGames. My name, of course, is Seesaw or Chris, and today we're talking about Old School Runescape Mobile in 2019. Now, this is the first mobile MMO I've ever decided to do a video of, and there's a lot of reasons for this. The number one reason, though, is that I just can't stand most of them. And there's one specific reason for it. Like, there's a lot of reasons a lot of people don't like mobile MMOs, like they're, kind of ruining the PC market for the MMOs and stuff like that. I actually think it's good for MMOs to diversify and go into some different platforms. But the number one reason I can't stand mobile MMOs is the autoplay feature. I don't understand why that's appealing. I understand that it makes money for the company. I get that. And, to some degree, I think it's fun, like for auto travel and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. That's stuff that like Black Desert does and things like that. But the auto just leveling, auto questing, or just level upgrades and stuff like that, like I just don't get it. It devalues the time that you're actually playing the game. It seems like at that point you just should be auto playing it the whole time, and then there's no fun actually playing it. So that's a really big pet peeve I have with a lot of MMOs that are mobile. RuneScape, Old School RuneScape, I don't think has this, unless I've not stumbled upon it and I have this like dreaded thing that I'm going to find eventually. It doesn't have it, and I'm super excited about it. But let's give a bit of background on myself and RuneScape. I didn't actually play RuneScape when it was popular. Back, many years ago. I was a MapleStory kid. That's the first MMO I played, and I kind of went from that to WoW and onwards. I feel like MapleStory or RuneScape's your real stepping stone into the genre, and I just didn't take that path. My brother played it, and I saw it, and I was like, catching shrimp all day. That doesn't seem very fun. And that's just what I thought. So I gave it a go, actually, about half a year ago, and I tried Old School RuneScape on my computer. And, the graphics weren't great because it's old or whatever. But what really bothered me was the click to move, like the fact that you just click and move around like that. And that's something that bothers me a lot with other games like that. Like League of Legends, I can't play because of the click. Like MOBAs in general, I can't play because of the click to move. I don't know what it is about me, but I don't love it. So I tried it, I tried Old School RuneScape again on mobile when it came out just recently. And I love it. I think the click to move works so well on my mobile device that it actually has improved my feelings towards the game and towards click to move, because it just makes so much sense with your phone, and I feel like I'm never mistakenly clicking places. Like I'm able to actually move around pretty detailed and pretty specific with my movements. So I've actually started falling in love with Old School RuneScape, which is great because it's actually a really solid MMO, and it hits a lot of the things that I do love about MMOs, or at least old MMOs, which is grinding and putting in the hours to really make your character different, unique, and powerful. I think so many MMOs just give it away for free, and then you get to that point and you're like, okay, what next? Like Guild Wars 2, I love the game. I love the franchise. I love everything about it, but I feel like my character sort of reached a point. I have some legendaries, I have some ascended pieces, and I'm like, there's not a ton for me to go for it unless I'm just doing it for brownie points. I think games like MapleStory and RuneScape really allow the player to grind endlessly. And I know a lot of people actually hate the idea of that, and I get it, I do. But it's fun to have the option. What are some other things I love about the game? Well, it's fast. Like, I can open up the app, get into the game, and start playing within probably 15 seconds. Whereas other mobile games I've played that I'll talk about in the future, they usually take maybe 1 or 2 minutes. You might disconnect from the server and stuff like that. This game is lightning quick. So quick that when I'm going to go do something, I'm like, yeah, I'll just log out and log back in, because it's that quick. And it's that lightweight. It runs effortlessly. I feel like my battery doesn't drain at all. It's such a breath of fresh air when it comes to mobile MMOs, because so many of them, my phone gets really hot, my battery's dead, and it's those things that really make you remember that you're playing on a phone. Where if you can play the game almost to the full extent you could on a computer, you've eliminated the idea of the phone, and it's just so nice that way. The other thing that I've really noticed is that the game feels populated. Populated. Yeah, I said that right. I'm actually walking around by different characters that are doing different things. I've actually seen people talking to each other, whereas in a lot of other MMOs, you just see like maybe bots walk by or something like that, or like people on autoplay walk by. The game feels alive. It feels like real RuneScape just brought to a different platform, which essentially is what it is. And I think it's so enjoyable. Now, let's talk about some of the bad sides of it, because there has to be negatives. And this is my feelings towards RuneScape in general, is that there is a premium servers that you can go on, and that does give you a lot more content. Now, I think that's a very fair business model. I think it's extremely fair that they offer quite a fair bit of base game for free, and then if you want more, you go to the premium servers. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you see the advertisement for premium quite a bit. It pops up whenever you log into the game. There's a lot of features or doors that you'll click, and it'll just say you can't go in here unless you're a premium member, or items. Whenever you're gaining levels, you'll see, premium members unlock this, you unlock this one thing. And it just constantly reminds you that you're not the top tier, which I get it. I'm a marketer. I understand what they're doing here. But it's just something that lingers in the back of your head. Now, the positive to this is that you can trade gold in game to become a premium member if that's something you're very active about. You can trade it, you can do a bit of content, and then you can go back. You can just keep making enough money to always do that. I mean, that's how I pay for my WoW subscription. I just transfer gold all the time. And I think that's such a good system that so many games have used. Like WildStar used it, WoW used it, RuneScape uses it. The idea of just trading gold for the subscription fee works so beautifully, and it allows the people who don't want to worry about it just pay the money, and the people who, want to work a little bit extra to pay in gold, they're able to do that as well. Because I don't know what situation you're in. Usually it's not more time effective, but it's kind of a pride thing. Like, just the idea that you don't pay for the subscription, that you have that much income in gold. It's kind of fun. And let's be honest, there's kids that, aren't in a position where they can ask their parents to pay a subscription fee or have the ability to pay a subscription fee themselves. So it offers a different alternative, because they likely have the time to go and farm it out or something like that. So I think it's a really cool system that allows the largest amount of people to enjoy the service as they like. So we've talked a lot about the payment model and the actual parts of mobile that I like a lot. Let's talk about the game. I didn't like RuneScape when I first tried it many, many years ago. I didn't like it when I tried it 6 months ago, and I actually like it a lot now. And I think it is the fact that I can kind of grind out some of these things while I'm doing other things. Like, I can be watching a TV show while I fish, or while I work on my combat abilities. It's a really easy, calming, but satisfying thing to do while you're doing other tasks. I find that it was a game that I couldn't truly invest a whole bunch of time into. I would sort of start to get bored if I was just mining over and over and over again, and that's in any game. Any game I play, I need to switch it up. And I think that's also really good, is that you can work on one skill for a bit and then move to another skill and really target out what you'd like to do. I also did my first 2 quests in RuneScape, which I didn't try the first time around, and it was very interesting. It's a very open-ended quest system where you go talk to someone who doesn't necessarily have a marker or anything like that. They tell you some sort of vague things that you need to get, and you need to do some exploration to find those things. I did one where I had to gather some ingredients for a chef. I got a chef's hat, which was really cool. And I did one where I had to scare away or get a ghost to leave a crypt, and I had to go find someone's head and stuff like that. And it made the world feel bigger, even though I didn't even travel very far, because I had to go and wonder where that likely was and go and explore and find it. And there's a real sense of danger because you can lose your items on those travels as well. You have to think to yourself, hey, I should stock up on some meat or some shrimp or something like that, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to grab this and I'm going to rush back to get some experience in a specific area. So I thought it was really cool in that sense as well. And in terms of future play, I mean, I don't know if I'll continue loving the game or not. Right now, I actually play it kind of in the morning. I have like a couple, I'd say like 20 or 30 minutes before work where I'm just sort of eating and chilling, and it's the perfect thing to sort of start my day, and I've very much enjoyed it that way. So I don't know how my future play sessions will go, but it's definitely been the first mobile MMO that I've felt like I enjoy it. This is fun. Like, this is something I actually, I've got time to play this, let's play it. So I hope a lot of other games do take notes from this and release successful mobile MMOs. I don't think it's something that the community as a whole should shun away from and, be disgusted with like they are now. I know that's kind of been the fact because so many games have autoplay, have pay to win, and it's just disgusting. But I think if done properly, or as companion pieces to full-scale MMOs, mobile is a very beneficial thing for developers to target, specifically since it is kind of moving into the future. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the game, if you guys think I'm ridiculous for even enjoying a mobile MMO, and just generally your ideas on Old School RuneScape. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.